Regular meeting of the Pharr Economic Development Corporation. I hereby call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Dr. Ambrosio Hernandez. Board Member Mario Liscano.
Present.
Board Member Reynaldo Perez.
Present.
Commissioner Eleazar Guajardo.
Present.
Commissioner Dr. Ramiro Caballero.
Present.
Commissioner Ricardo Medina.
Present.
Board Member Efrain Matamoros.
Present.
Gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Great. And at this time, I'd like to go ahead and call for a motion to excuse Dr. Hernandez, who is out of town for today.
Move to excuse.
There's a motion.
Second.
There's a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you. Next, we'll go on to the Pledge of Allegiance, followed immediately by the invocation from Commissioner Guajardo.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, please enlighten this body so that the proper decisions can be made in service to our city. We ask this in your name, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Do we have any public comments signed up?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll move on to our executive director's administrative reports, and immediately we'll go into our consent agenda.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, board members. First one we have is the lunch break to educate workshop, business owner retirement accounts and payroll obligations, September 26, 2019, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. at the Pharr Memorial Library. Address is 121 East Cherokee, and it's at the second floor. The Pharr EDC will be hosting a workshop sponsored and presented by the New York Life and RDDC Accounting and Tax Services. All small businesses and future entrepreneurs are encouraged to attend and learn about payroll obligations for employees, quarterly reports, business owner retirement options, IRAs accounts, 401ks, and more. This workshop is free, and to anyone who wants to attend, a complimentary lunch will be provided with a RSVP. For more information, contact us at 402-4332. And the other one is just a reminder of our truck show this Saturday, our expo at the Pharr Event Center from 10 to 5.
Excellent.
Next is our sales tax report. And as you can see, again, it's in your package is 15% increase of sales tax from last year to this year. City of Pharr still continues to be the number one of the other valley cities in the city of Pharr. So again, and I think the total increase to date is 18% compared to last year. So very good news, and we continue to be the leaders of sales tax revenues. The rental and loan updates are in your packet for your review.
Excellent. Anyone have any questions? If no questions, we'll go on to our consent agenda for the approval of minutes, August 19th, 2019, and also for our workshop on August 21st, 2019. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
There's a motion.
Second.
There's a second by Mr. Perez. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Consent agenda is passed. Next, we have our regular agenda, and we have the open session. I know that our executive director has a presentation that he will be bringing up.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Chairman, board members, we have from PSJ, Mr. Stephanie Mendes, and she's going to do a presentation on a project that she wants the EDC and the city of Pharr to partner up with. I think it's a great idea, and she's going to share a little bit about it. But before we go there, I want to for item C to be approved to take. We're not going to take any action on item C, so we don't have to vote on it since we're not going to. But my recommendation is we don't take any action on item C. So we're going to go to item A, which is Ms. Mendes to come in and do a presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to be here with you today. My name is Stephanie Mendez. I work with the Pharr San Juan Alamo Independent School District, and like Mr. Perez mentioned, I'm here to talk to you about a really exciting project that our school district is working on. So our school district is working on creating an entrepreneurship center to be able to help students, their families, becoming entrepreneurs and create businesses in our Tri-City, whether it is in Pharr, San Juan, and Alamo, be able to provide our students with opportunities such as internships, job shadowing, guest speaker opportunities, and all of that stuff, and also be able to attract businesses that want to come in to Pharr, to San Juan or Alamo, and then don't have a training site to be able to develop their workforce. And lastly, obviously, be able to help our communities improve and their quality of life. We understand that when our students are growing up, the first mentors that they see is their parents and the people that they grow up. So we understand that as a school district, not only do we have to provide opportunities for our students, but also for their families. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing, our timeline, the reason why we're doing, and how is it that we want to partner with the City of Pharr and the Pharr EDC. Okay, so obviously, first and foremost, the reason why we're doing this is because we believe it's a win-win opportunity for all parties involved, for our students, their families, our Tri-City, and business partners. What we want to do is be able to create the PSJ Family Business and Innovation Center, which will be housed in San Juan in 715 Standard Avenue. As you may know, that is the old Sorensen Elementary, so our school district allocated a $1 million budget to be able to renovate that space. So that's what we're trying to do, be able to renovate that space and turn that into our center. So what we're trying to do is to be able to develop students and their families to be able to become entrepreneurs and open businesses in our Tri-City. So we understand that every single person that's trying to open a business, first and foremost, they need the training, right? To be able to understand what is it that they're getting into. So we want to be able to offer training for students and their families that have a business product or a business idea and that they would like to start their business here in our Tri-City. So that's the first thing that we want to be able to do. And actually, that's something that we're already doing. We're starting this semester. This month, actually, we created a PSJ Business Startup Program for both parents and students. And we're going to be training them. It's going to be a whole year program that's going to be able to do three things. One, obviously, be able to provide training for the students and the parents who have a product or a service idea, and then connect them with a community mentor. This person that is an entrepreneur or a small business owner that has been able to do this in the past and that can provide mentoring and guidance for our students and our parents. And third, be able to provide them to access to capital, be able to connect them with either angel investors or bank officers that could be able to give them guidance on getting loans or grants so that they can be able to open their businesses. Another thing we want to be able to do is be able to create a mentorship program that will allow students and parents to have access to legal counsel. So we're very excited to partner with our PSJ law firm that they're going to be providing pro bono legal services for our students and for our parents. So that way, if a student or a parent is wanting to open a business and has no clue of how to get it incorporated or how to get a partnership agreement or any kind of legal help that they need that otherwise they wouldn't have access to, our partner is going to be able to provide that free of charge for our students and for our parents. Another thing we want to be able to provide is obviously access to capital. As entrepreneurs, as business owners, they may have a great idea for a product or a service, but if they don't have that access to be able to actually start their idea, then that's going to deter them from actually starting. So we want to be able to provide that seed fund for them, and our grants department is helping us be able to apply for federal funds that are available so that we can provide those opportunities for our students and our parents. The other thing that we're going to be able to offer at our center is access to a commercial kitchen. So a commercial kitchen is basically a place where food entrepreneurs that are selling something related to food are able to go in there and actually create the products and sell. So sometimes when people start from their home, they're selling their salsa, their tamales, and stuff like that, and they become very, very successful and they have a lot of demand and people are, ordering a lot of things from them, they're not able to produce all of that from their home kitchen. So at our center, as you know, every elementary has a kitchen. So the elementary, the Old Sorensen Elementary kitchen, we're turning that into a commercial kitchen where people will go in and rent the kitchen by the hour and be able to produce their food products. Obviously, there will be a fee attached to that, so that will be able to go to our sustainability purposes to be able to have this center be sustainable and be able to help these entrepreneurs be able to do their businesses, establish their businesses here in our cities. And then the last thing that we're going to be able to provide for our entrepreneurs is business training. So we understand that we are a school district, and our mission is to be able to educate our students, but we have our business partners that are going to be able to help us with this. So these are all our business and community partners that have graciously accepted to partner with us on this effort. First and foremost, our cities. The main reason why we're doing this is to be able to provide an opportunity for our students who maybe, yes, they may be able to be studying all these amazing things in school, but we have to remember that we service a large population of students that unfortunately are not able to work here in the United States. And so being able to provide them this other opportunity where they can start a business, we feel that that's something very important. So we want to be able to create a pipeline to the cities of Pharr, San Juan, and Alamo so that our students and our family entrepreneurs, they establish the businesses here in our Tri-City. Another thing is we're partnering with the SBA, the SBDC, the Veteran Business Outreach Center to be able to provide workshops, seminars, business plan writing, business boot camps to our entrepreneurs. We also have Mi Cocina by the Hour, which is the only commercial kitchen in the entire region that is operating and helping entrepreneurs be able to commercialize their food products. So we didn't want to duplicate efforts or reinvent the wheel or compete with other partners. So we're actually partnering with Mi Cocina by the Hour. Elizabeth Davis, the owner, she's going to be operating our commercial kitchen and be able to help our students and our parents commercialize their food products. The other partner that we have is our own PSJ law firm that they have graciously been able to partner with us, and they're going to be able to provide pro bono legal services for our students and our parents. Another partner we have is BBVA Compass. They're actually already offering business training for our parents at one of the parental centers in San Juan. They're being able to offer financial literacy training for individuals who want to start a business and they need a loan, they don't know how to write a business plan or be able to approach an investor, so that's what they're being trained on right now. Another different organizations that we have is the RGV Partnership. They have committed to being able to host student internships and providing mentorship for our student and our parent entrepreneurs. And then lastly, we have South Texas College and UTRGV, which obviously South Texas College, our students are part of South Texas College. So all the students that participated in this project are students from STC. And UTRGV as well, their MBA program, they actually have their MBA program students helping us for this project. They're doing focus group for nonprofit organizations who need a place to office at, and they're finding if this is going to be something that will attract nonprofit organizations. And then the last two are the RGV Angel Network, which is an angel investing group in the Valley, which has opened the door for our students to be able to go and do internships and actually be able to provide guidance and mentorship for our student and our parent entrepreneurs. And then Rio South Texas Economic Council has also committed to hosting student interns and be able to mentor and provide counseling as well. So another thing that we want to be able to share with you is what is going to make our project unique from other different entrepreneurship centers across the nation or even across our region is being able to tap into our student talent. We have a lot of really qualified and talented students, and all they need is be able to have experience. All they need is an opportunity to be able to apply everything that they learn in the classroom to the real world. So that's what we're trying to do. We're going to be able to offer services to our entrepreneurs that are part of our center, and our students are going to be able to offer key services that any business would need. So for example, our management students would be able to provide assistance in business plan writing. Our marketing students would be able to help, an entrepreneur or a startup business be able to create a marketing campaign, a marketing plan. Our graphic design students would be able to help our entrepreneurs come up with a logo or a website design. And then lastly, the last thing that we want to do is the end goal is for our students to actually be able to provide training for our entrepreneurs in our community. We want to be able to give them the opportunity for themselves to be able to do that. And we already started that this past semester. We had a group of students from PSJ Southwest Early College High School, and they developed their own student-led entrepreneurship course. They would go once a month to the Pharr Napper Parental Center, and they would teach parents that are engaged in the parental center and Napper in learning different skills and creating businesses out of those skills. For example, cake decorating, jewelry, cosmetology, all of these different things that the parents learn at the center, and they turn into businesses. The problem is that the parents go through all of these courses and they learn all of these skills and they create businesses on the side, but they don't know how to operate a business. They have no business training. And so that's the gap that we're trying to fill in. Be able to use our student talent and be able to give back to our community. And then we also want to be able to offer services for our partners, whether it is nonprofit organizations or companies that are trying to relocate and be able to be here in Pharr, San Juan, or Alamo. And these are the different services that we're going to be able to offer, which is office space, co-working membership, Wi-Fi, phone services, and then conference rooms and computer labs, so that if people are trying to come in here, if there's a company that you're trying to recruit and they don't have a qualified workforce, we're able to provide that for them. So we will have basically kind of like a training center for companies, you know, that are trying to relocate here and they don't have a place to train their employees. They can go into our center, lease a facility, and be able to partner with us. Okay, so now that I talked about that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about where we're at right now. Like I mentioned, this center is going to be at the Old Sorensen Elementary in San Juan. Our school district allocated a $1 million budget towards this project, and right now what we're doing is we're actually applying to a grant from the Economic Development Agency, EDA, which is a grant of up to $3 million. We will be submitting that grant by September 30th, and we will know if we get approved if we are recipient for a grant by December of this year. So if we do get the funding for that, we'll be able to renovate the entire space. If we do not get a funding from ADA, then we will use the $1 million and renovate the commercial kitchen, the multi-purpose area, and re-roofing of the facility. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Another thing is we're obviously gonna have an application process to be able to have students and parents and be able to have companies partner with us. So that's what you have in your packet in front of you. We do have an application for students and for parents to be able to participate in our student and our parent startup program. We're also having a rubric that we're using to be able to select the candidates that are going to be participating, and we're also including the Pharr, San Juan, and Alamo EDC directors as part of the interview process, so that you all can know, who's wanting to open a business here in the city of Pharr, San Juan, or Alamo. The last time that we met with the parent entrepreneurs, there were about 22 parents that were interested in applying, and nine of those parents were from Pharr. So that's, we have a lot of interest from the city of Pharr, residents from Pharr. Phase 2 is obviously if we get the funding, or whether we get the funding or not, we're going to be able to renovate the space and then be able to actually have our grand opening hopefully by fall of 2020, which is next year. And then after that, we're going to be able to open our commercial kitchen and then be able to host internships and hopefully relocate our business program to the center as well. So this is what the PSJ Family Business and Innovation Center would look like. Instead of business incubator, it will say PSJ Family Business and Innovation Center. That is how it would look at day and at night. This is right here, what you're looking is the co-working space that we're going to be offering to people who would like to open businesses in Pharr, San Juan, or Alamo. We will also have conference rooms and team rooms that people can go and lease. Companies, if they need to have a meeting room, or entrepreneurs, they need to have a meeting with investors or partners, or just be able to run their operations out of there, they can go ahead and do so. And that right there is the multipurpose area where we will have conferences, we will have workshops, seminars, and any kind of training that our student and our family entrepreneurs would need. Or if we have companies that would want to lease that space and be able to use it to train their workforce, they can do so as well. So what we're doing right now, what we propose is that we partner with the Pharr, San Juan, and Alamo EDCs to potentially consider sponsoring our parent entrepreneurs to go through programming from our center. So like I mentioned, we're starting the PSJ Business Startup Program for students and for family entrepreneurs this month. And what we're proposing is that the EDC considers sponsoring the parent entrepreneurs. We understand that as a school district, we need to sponsor the students because we do service our students. And we are asking if you would please be so kind to consider sponsoring the parents that go through our programming. The programming that we're using is there are two programs, one that we're going to be doing in the fall, which is the one that we're starting right now, and the one for the spring. There are two incubation programs that are used across the whole nation from different entrepreneurship centers. Our incubators in Weslaco and in Brownsville, they use that. Austin uses that, and other incubators across the country. One of them is called Wendy Kennedy Ideation, which is the one we're doing in the fall. And then in the spring, we're doing a Kaufman Fast Track program. So these programs, the purpose of the programs are to be able to walk the student or the parent entrepreneur and be able to see if their idea is something feasible, if that's something that they should go for or they should not. And for the spring semester, we're going to be able to have a business plan and a pitch. So that's what we're trying to do for this year. And we ask if you kindly consider sponsoring our parent entrepreneurs to go through this programming. And another thing that we added was a potential grant opportunity for the participants that finish the program. We understand that it is very important to be able to give them some sort of incentive so that they can have at the end of the program. And if you see on your packet, the application states there that they are required to pay 10% of the cost of the program, and the EDC would consider sponsoring 90%. We're also requiring that the participants attend all of the sessions because we understand that it is an investment that you're making in these individuals, and failure to completing the program would require for them to actually pay the full cost of the program. Another thing that we're asking is that the participants commit to starting a business in the city that the EDC sponsored them. So if the EDC from San Juan sponsored them, they're gonna open their business in San Juan. If you sponsored them, then they will be opening their business here in Pharr. So we're trying to create a win-win situation for all parties involved, for the parents, the students, and the EDCs, and that we hope that by creating this center, we spur the entrepreneurial seed that we've planted in our students and in our parents. And at this moment, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have as far as application, the center, or any kind of timeline questions that you may have. I'd be happy to answer that or receive any feedback that you can consider giving.
Any questions or comments?
Sounds good.
If no questions or comments, thank you so much, Ms. Mendez, and thank you. We will definitely consider that, at which time we'll get back with you immediately.
Okay. Yes, thank you. I appreciate your time and your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll be moving on. As noted, agenda item C will be no action. As for letter B and D, this will be considered under executive session. So at this time, we will go to executive session pursuant to section 551071 through 551087 of the Texas Government Code. We are hereby going to executive session, the time being 3:23 p.m. We are back at 3:33, and we will go ahead and now go on to letter B, which is consideration and action, of any, on Project Farmer.
Move to approve as discussed in executive session.
There's a motion to approve as discussed in executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Letter B passes. Next, we'll go on to letter D, consideration and action, of any, and approval of the PEDC budget for 2019-2020. Do I hear a motion to accept the budget as presented?
Move to approve.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes, letter D. With nothing else on the agenda, and we have the
Move
closed
to
session.
adjourn.
There is a motion to go ahead and adjourn this meeting by Commissioner Guajardo. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Medina. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, same sign. Meeting is adjourned at 3:34 PM.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.